Give me six. Give me six. Ah, not again. Hey guys, Jason the Bruce here with a little bit of an unboxing. This is a game that I kickstarted a couple of years ago now. I'll double check the dates on that, but this is something that's been coming for a while. Main reason I'm doing an unboxing on this is there's been mixed reports as to how this game has been received. And most of the unboxings that I've watched have just been the game itself. So I'd like to actually at least get some footage as to how it's being packaged, and then maybe give you my thoughts as to whether I think that is good enough or not. This is essentially garbage bag material, which is fine. It's not necessarily unusual. This is just details of the actual pledge itself. But let's get into this and see what it's like. Okay, so straight up I can see where people are starting to have issues with this. Because packaging on this is extremely minimal. That's the game there. So I can immediately see the source of what people have been getting frustrated over. This game is made by a studio called Archon Studios. This had been in the works for a while, and one of the delays was because of that they wanted to tweak the rules, which is fine. That does happen sometimes. They wanted a better end product, but this is a Kickstarter that's very late. Just to give you an idea of the size of the box, it is actually a decent sized box, and it's quite nice artwork, I think. Gives you an idea of what's in the box. Now, my box itself, truth be told, looks fine. I have no damage to my box at all. Sorry, I should actually show you guys that. There's no visible box damage on mine. I have seen others that were damaged, and quite frankly, that does happen in the post anyway. But given that this is all that they've used to try and protect it, I can see why there's been some of these that have not been getting received in a very good condition, because that's minimal and then some. I've seen minimal, and then there's that. Seeing as we're here, let's actually unbox it, because the inside of this, if you haven't seen it already, should be protected very well. Because one of the unlocks on the Kickstarter itself was foam. So, Chronicle X is sci-fi. It's very much Marines versus aliens. Get a mission book and a rule book, and this is what I was referring to, just to give a bit of an idea. Now, this is something I quite like as well. It's all pre-punched out. I don't have to go and fiddle around with it at all. And I don't know how obvious that is, but it actually tells you what belongs where, which is kind of a nice touch. Now, what was... Oh, it's just a little bit of cotton. Okay. Now, I know that there's been some people stating that they've been receiving warped minis and so forth. I don't see any obvious warps on mine. That doesn't mean that I'm saying that people are wrong. It just means that mine are definitely not warped. If any of them were going to be warped, I feel that it would be these ones, because they're extremely flimsy. Oh, I love this guy already. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show you that. It's not coming up very well on camera, but this is some really, really confident person carrying something that's just kind of, yep, I'm fine, nobody can hurt me, and walking through the battlefield. These sculpts are gorgeous. I mean, they are board game minis, so I'm going to take some photos of these to try and show you more. The only reason I'm going through this now is because if there is some evidence of warping, it'd be nice to be able to get it on camera. But at this particular point in time, I'm not expecting to find any. Not now. I wouldn't have been surprised if there was, because board games tend to do that. Again, I'm not discrediting anything anybody has said. It's kind of just a thing that happens with board games because of the material that gets used. These are not metal minis. These are not hard plastic minis. They are board game pieces. So it's a little bit flexible. That's gorgeous. Again, I'm going to have to get photos of this stuff because it's just not going to show up on this camera. More tokens, again pre-punched out. Now, here's a very good question. Okay, so I do have an issue with mine, and it is the same issue that most other people have had. I have red dice. The game is actually supposed to come with red and blue dice. So I am missing those. So that is going to have to be fixed. That obviously doesn't surprise me. There's been a lot of people that's had that. I don't know if there's been an official response in regards to it yet. I'm not saying there hasn't been. I'm just not sure if there's been a response. My expectation would be is that I tell them that there's something missing and hey, it'll get sent out. And I think that's everything. I have not shown every single mini, obviously, but I'm very, very happy with the condition that mine has arrived in. I've been very lucky, I think, especially given the way that it is being shipped. I'm not having a go at Archon Studios. They have a fairly decent reputation. Ow. There's also people out there at the moment receiving their Rampage. It was Rampage something. I'm missing a book. I will find it later. It was Rampage or Rampart something, which is like a modular terrain set that could be magnetized and everything, which just looks absolutely gorgeous. I did not back that, unfortunately. I kind of wish I did, but that's what I did back. Mine has arrived in very good condition. I'm only missing the one thing, which I pointed out. So I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you guys enjoy the episode that's coming out this week. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.